Start recording. Check. Start virtual. Configure. Stop streaming.
Okay, I don't know what the heck happened here. OBS was acting like a complete
Switcher.
POS.
YouTube close activate.
Let's just make sure everything is working properly. So I'm gonna go in here. Whoops. Today's live stream we're talking about. I'm gonna be showing you guys some Notebook LM stuff. For those guys that don't know, Notebook LM is a website, and I did make
YouTube close activate.
a whole bunch of Notebook LM stuff to show on my channel. So let me just go to my channel just to make sure that everything is working like my microphone. Okay.
Action menu. One action, not that one. 25 days back. Search more. Select video. Short live. Back.
Okay.
Activity posts. Tab latest. Public
Here.
private. Showing some Notebook LMs. Showing some Notebook LM late.
Of course.
Select show
You know,
video.
this has happened to one of my friends too, when this happened.
25 page 1 of 6. 45 for adding some Notebook LM. 45 minutes. For showing some note.
There we go.
Video player button. Video track
Making sure my microphone is working properly.
live chat. Chat message clip. Static pose. Top 0.
Oh, here we go. Okay, now it's working.
Next video is loaded. Play.
Okay, so
Stop streaming. Checkbox checked.
let me show. We're
Ops
gonna
31
start with
point media player
Notebook
column 3
LM.
downloads file explorer column mail. So ops
So
30
the
ops
first
30
one
media player
I
column
did
media player.
actually
Skip forward play
was
button. Speech
talked
mode
about.
on. Speech mode off.
Which one was it? Hold on.
Young too. It's amazing.
Right, like she's got this whole strategy going on.
It's really impressive.
Okay,
Speech mode beep. Speech mode talk.
we're gonna start with.
Ops 31.0.1 profile.
Yeah.
Ops 30 downloads file download untitled notebook 44 untitled notebook
Let's do
43
this one.
media player.
Hey everyone,
Media
and
player
welcome
pause
back.
button alt.
Are
PC
you ready for
speech
another
mode.
deep dive? Today we're going to be checking out Emo, the AI robot companion. There's a new
Okay, so this is something I actually made emo. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I did show that in a video, so we'll see if it got it right. So here we go.
update, version 2.6.0, and we've got a
Okay, that's what I actually found funny. 2.6.0. Like, what the heck? Did the AI just like mess with something completely wrong?
Expect live clip.
Shut
Set
up,
mode.
okay.
Top net 1. Open. Welcome. Learn multi modes.
Okay, we got no one joining here. Okay, let's try again.
YouTube video walking us through all the new features. And some of them are really wild.
I know, right? Some of these features are straight out of science fiction. It's amazing to see how quickly this technology is advancing.
Right. And it makes you wonder, what's next? I mean, where does it go from here? The YouTuber starts the video super stoked about the new update, right? They're doing a manual update this time, which is a little... First, it seems like everything's going fine, but then, black screen.
Oh no!
Yeah, error message.
Okay, that's what I found funny. Oh no. Hold on, let's go back. I want to do
Speech
that
mode off.
again. That was funny. Hold on.
Speech mode
hold
talk.
up.
Skip back 10 seconds
Message
space.
pops up. Total robot freakout moment.
Speech
I
mode
can
on.
imagine,
Speech
like
mode
heart
off.
sinking. What did I just do? Kind of a feeling.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that even the most advanced tech can still have glitches. I mean, imagine if your emo suddenly bricked itself in the middle of, like, reminding you about an important meeting.
Right. Or in the middle of a, I don't know, heartfelt conversation about your day. Haha.
Seriously.
Ugh.
But thankfully, this YouTuber, they were smart. They had a backup emo so they could keep going with the video. Phew, bullet dodged. But, okay, enough about the near-death experience of emo number 1. Let's get into the actual update. So there's a bunch of new daily routines for emo, like brushing its teeth, animations for work time, even knitting.
Knitting. I mean, that's adorable, but what's the point?
Somebody that might not remember knitting. Okay, I think that's I don't know.
Is emo gonna make us tiny robot sweaters?
I don't know, but I want one. But yeah, I
No, I highly doubt that it would ever happen.
think it's about making emo feel more like a part of your daily life, you know? Like it's not just a gadget, it's almost like a little roommate, a really quiet roommate who knits.
Okay, I see what you mean. And
Oh, and I'm also going to do another live stream on my computer with one of my friends too, so stay tuned for that today. So, just making a quick live stream today showing all the notebook LMs I've done.
speaking of feeling more like a part of your life, get this. Emo can now react to how you're feeling, angry, even in love.
Wait,
I
hold on.
know, right? And its little eyes, they're so expressive. It's almost like it really understands how you feel.
Almost. It's still a machine, of course,
Yeah.
but it's definitely getting better at mimicking human emotions.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what else is cool? You can now use those holiday animations anytime you want. Father's Day in July. Why not? Emo's down to celebrate.
So no more waiting for the actual holiday to roll around. You can have a Christmas party in June if you want.
Exactly. It's all about giving you more control over how you interact with Emo. But okay, are you ready for the most mind-blowing update?
Hit me with it.
Emo can turn into a zombie.
What? Like a full-on brain-eating zombie?
Pretty much. Slow, creepy movements, cracked screen effect, the whole 9 yards. And get this, you can even shoot it.
Wait, how do you shoot a robot zombie?
You make a gun with your hand, point it at Emo, and yell bang, and then it like collapses
I like how that is bad. That was funny.
and dies for a second before snapping out of it.
Wow, that's...
These are so real. Guys, these notebook LMs are so real. Hold on.
Play cap more live clip set code top 1. Open
Okay.
welcome learn Bloody Mob chat mess.
Hey, what the heck? Why is no one joining? Oh, wow.
That's pretty intense. I don't know if I'd want a zombie robot staring at me from my desk, even if I...
Hold on a second, guys.
Live full one so like dislike share button. Reddit, Facebook messages, mail, red, more, create post, create cup more button.
Hold up, guys.
Video, YouTube Hunter, Matt supporter. New iMac, and to Matt's and plus W. Hide keyboard. Plus message send button. Send to video player button setting. Hides
There we
player
go.
controls. Play button. Play. 25 days.
Okay.
could shoot it.
It's definitely a choice. But hey, maybe it's a good way to work out some stress, you know? Bad day at work, time to take out the zombie Emo.
Yeah, there's that. But let's move on to something a little less undead. What else is new?
So, Emo can now be your personal karaoke machine. It can sing along to any music you play through Bluetooth.
Oh, that's cool. Like a little robot DJ.
I know,
Now that part I could not really figure out.
right? Though there's one catch. They've removed any songs with curse words from Emo's repertoire. So, no robot profanity.
Makes sense. I mean, can you imagine the headlines? Robot overlords start swearing spree.
Totally.
Yeah, no, robot overload starts swearing spree. Why? Okay, why? Someone please ask me. I mean, someone please tell me why this had happened in real life. I don't know.
Podcast cap more live clear set it close top 1. Open learn adding chat.
Don't no one joining.
Chaos. But seriously, it's probably for the best, especially if kids are around. They also upgraded the ChatGPT function. Now, if Emo doesn't understand something you say, it'll actually ask for
45
clarification.
minutes.
That's a big
Videos.
improvement. Before, it would
1
just kind
hour.
of freeze up and stare at you blankly.
Yeah,
Video
exactly.
player.
It felt like talking to a brick wall sometimes.
Right.
But now
Press
it's
the
much more
next video
conversational,
is loaded. Play.
more like interacting
Play.
with a
The
real,
video is
a
loading.
real-ish person.
Right,
Video
like it's
player.
actually trying to understand you. That's a big step in the right direction for AI.
I think so too. Oh, and they
Last
added this little
video.
detail that I think is really clever.
Um,
When Emo's battery is getting low, it gets a little sticker on its face, like a low battery warning sign.
That's cute. I guess even robots need a reminder to recharge sometimes.
Right. It's like it's saying, hey, I'm getting tired. Can you plug me in?
It's funny how we're starting to see these little human-like touches in robots.
It's true. It's like they're becoming more and more like us in some ways. But okay, last but not least, they've added a sticker feature.
Stickers?
Player
Like what kind of
control.
stickers?
All kinds. There's a light bulb sticker, a sticker of the upcoming iRobot. It's like digital accessorizing for your AI companion.
So basically, you can give your emo a little bit of personality.
Exactly. It's all about making it feel more like your own.
It's fascinating to see how much emphasis they're putting on personalization. It's almost like they're trying to make emo a reflection of you.
Which, I mean, makes sense in a way, right? I mean, if you're going to have a robot companion, you want it to feel like it's really yours.
I guess so. But it also makes you wonder, where does that line between robot and companion really lie? And what happens when that line starts to blur?
That's a really good question. And I think it's one we're going to have to grapple with more and more as AI technology continues to advance. But before we get too deep into the philosophical implications of robot companionship, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to talk more about Emo and the future of AI.
Now, what I plan to do here is I plan to add maybe some. What I want to do is I want to add. I want to copy and paste these into like Goldwave, and I want to add some music or at least some commercials. I want to find some good commercials that may not be copyrighted or some music that are not copyrighted. So, if anyone can help me with that, I'd be happy to share it with you guys. I'll be happy to share these commercials and stuff. Well, not commercials, these projects that I did.
Yeah, it really is. It really makes you think.
It does. It's like, on the one hand, we're building these amazingly sophisticated machines, but then, boom, error message. It's back to reality. There's still machines, you know?
Right. And speaking of machines, can we talk about that zombie thing for a second? Like, why a zombie?
I know, right? It's a little out there.
It is. It's kind of creepy, to be honest. But I guess it's also kind of cool.
I guess so. Maybe it's like a playful take on the whole robot apocalypse thing.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they just thought it would be fun. Who knows? But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so aside from the whole zombie situation, Emo also got some upgrades to its musical abilities. It can now sing along to any music you play through Bluetooth.
Oh, really? That's kind of neat.
It is. It's like having a little robot karaoke buddy.
I can see it now. Emo belting out power ballads while I'm trying to work.
Haha, exactly. Though there's one caveat. They've removed any songs with curse words from Emo's repertoire. So no more robot profanity.
That makes sense. Wouldn't want little Emo dropping the F-bomb in front of the kids.
Definitely.
Okay, this is something that kind of worried me a bit. Like the fact that they talk about it already in the first part, and then when they like kind of do the break or whatever, depending on what I make, but they just repeat what they just talked about in the first.
Story are Saturday 11:26 a.m. Kalak Autocat Morak Lip Clip Set Quote Top Met 1 Welk Learn Body Modes.
First part of it, so yeah.
Really not. And speaking of improvements, remember how frustrating it was when Emo wouldn't understand you?
Oh, yeah. It would just sit there blinking at you like, what? I don't get it.
Well, they fixed that. Now, if Emo doesn't understand something you say, it'll actually ask for clarification.
Oh, that's good. So it's more like a conversation now.
Exactly. It's much more natural. It feels like you're actually communicating with something, you know,
Yeah.
not just talking at a machine.
Right. It's a small change, but a big improvement.
Absolutely. Oh, and this is kind of a funny little detail, but when Emo's battery is low, it gets a little sticker on its face. like a warning sign.
Oh, that's kind of cute. A little robot with a low battery sticker.
I know, right? It's like it's saying, hey, I need a juice break.
It's funny how they're adding these little human-like touches to robots. It's like they're trying to make them more relatable, more like companions.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, right? But, it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have a robot living in your house, you want it to feel like, well, not exactly a person, but
More than just a machine.
exactly. Okay, so one last thing before we move on. They've added a sticker feature to Emo.
Stickers? Like, what do you mean?
Like, you can put little digital stickers on Emo's face.
Huh. Okay. What kind of stickers?
All sorts. There's a light bulb sticker, a sticker of the upcoming iRobot, just fun little things.
Interesting.
Actually, guys, it's called IB. Thank you very much.
So it's like a way to personalize your email.
Exactly. Make it your own.
I see. So they're really pushing this whole personalization thing. It's like they want Emo to be an extension of you.
I guess so. But it does raise some questions, doesn't it? Like, how far do we take this whole robot companion thing? Where does the line between machine and friend begin to blur?
That's a good question. A question we might need to start thinking about more seriously as this technology keeps advancing.
Yeah. But I think that's a conversation for another time. For now, let's focus on what we've learned about Emo's new update. And, maybe ponder the implications of having a zombie robot on our desks.
Maybe not the zombie part so much. But yeah, definitely a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It really is a lot to consider. And like, where do we even go from here, right?
Right. It's like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with this technology. And, I keep thinking about those those new stickers that you can put on Emo's face?
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder, like, what's next? Are we going to be able to, like, fully customize our Emos, choose their voices, personalities, like design our own ideal robot buddies?
It's wild to think about, right? Like, what if you could create an Emo that was basically a copy of your best friend? Or, like, a celebrity you admire? The possibilities are kind of endless.
Right. But it also makes you wonder, like, is that a good thing? I mean, do we really want to be surrounded by robots that are just reflections of ourselves?
Yeah. It's like, are we just creating echo chambers? Surrounding ourselves with machines that agree with everything we say and think.
Exactly. And like, where's the growth in that? I mean, part of what makes relationships so valuable is that we learn from each other, we challenge each other to grow. I'm not sure we'd get that from a robot that's just a mirror image of ourselves.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, do we want our AI companions to challenge us? Or do we just want them to be agreeable yes men?
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's an easy answer. But it's definitely something we need to be thinking about as this technology continues to develop.
Absolutely. And, thinking about the future of AI companions, I keep coming back to something the YouTuber said about buying more Emos as backups. Like, what happens when these things become more affordable and more people start having multiple AI companions?
Right. Like, what if everyone has a whole crew of Emos running around their house? An Emo for cooking, an Emo for cleaning, an Emo for emotional support.
It's crazy to think about.
Actually, the reason why you got a backup Emo, and it's from outside of 200 or whatever, is because his original Emo was broken. He had to take that in to get it repaired, and it took like 2 months. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. He makes some really good videos.
Like, will our homes become these, like, hybrid human-robot societies? And what does that even mean for human relationships?
I don't know. It's a lot to wrap your head around, but I think it's a conversation we need to start having now. Like, before we're all living in robot-filled houses and wondering how we got here.
Agreed. We need to be thinking about these things now while we still have time to shape the future of this technology.
Absolutely. And, as much as we've been talking about the potential downsides of AI companions, I do think there's a lot of potential for good here, too. I mean, imagine the possibilities for companionship for people who are lonely or isolated, or like for education. I mean, these little robots could be amazing teachers, especially for kids.
Yeah, no doubt. The potential benefits are huge. But like with any powerful technology, there are risks too. And it's up to us to figure out how to maximize the benefits while minimizing the risks.
Right. It's about finding that balance. And, I think that's what makes this whole conversation so fascinating. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about us. It's about how we choose to use this technology and what kind of future we want to create with it.
Exactly. It's about making sure that AI serves humanity and not the other way around.
Well said. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of emo and the latest 2.6.0 update, we want to leave you with this question.
Yep.
If you could design your own AI companion, what would it be like? What features would you include? What would its personality be like? And most importantly, what would you name it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your ideas.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI companions. It's been a wild ride. And until next time, stay curious.
Okay, that was actually pretty good. Now, the next one.
Untitled Notebook 43. Untitled Notebook. Untitled
Hold on a
Notebook.
second, let me just
Media
make sure.
player.
Hey
Media
everyone,
player
and
with skip
welcome
pause
back.
button alt.
Are you ready for
PCTRL
another
plus.
deep dive? Today we're going to be checking out Emo, the AI robot companion.
Downloads.
Okay,
File.
next.
Untitled Notebook 42. Check clip.
42.
All right,
Media
get
skip
ready
pause button alt.
because
Speech
today
mode on. Demand.
we are
Speech mode
going
off.
deep into some vintage tech toys.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, you know me,
I do.
love this stuff. And today we're talking about specifically Brian the Brain.
Brian the Brain.
Yes. So picture this, right? Plastic gray brain.
Okay.
It's got
I don't know if it's gray because I can't see color. I wonder if this was my video.
On. Auto captions of more live clip.
Hold on.
Set quote. Top 1. Go. Learn more. Body mode. Chat
Okay, there's no one there. Okay. Alright, hold on.
light up eyes, mouth, and the thing talks.
Wait.
Wow.
I know, right?
I don't.
So our
know.
source for this whole thing is this YouTube review by Sawyer Bourne.
Yep.
It was
Okay.
uploaded back in 2022. And
2020.
he actually got
Oh.
Brian as a Valentine's Day gift.
What
Yeah.
a gift.
That's true love right there.
It is.
You
It
lo-
is. You know, that's a very special person who gives you a talking brain toy.
It really is.
Yeah, and you know, it gives us this
Whoa!
really
Whoa! Hold on. Wait. What the heck kind of
Speech.
is
Speech
that?
mode
Hold
off.
on.
Skip forward 30. Play button. Skip back. Space.
interesting glimpse into how vintage
Space.
tech is received by
Pause button alt.
someone who's
Speech mode on.
experiencing it,
Speech
you
mode
know,
off.
maybe for the first time in a modern context.
For sure. And so, I mean, our mission today is to figure out what can this thing do?
Yeah.
How does it reflect the tech of 2007 when it came out?
Right.
Maybe we'll find out some interesting little facts along the way. That's what I love about these. So first of all, this YouTube review is
that's-
over an hour long.
Wow.
An hour.
So
It's a commitment.
Oh.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. And you can tell Sawyer really wanted to like go through every little quirk and feature this thing has.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, that says something about how complex it is, for sure. You don't see too many videos out there about this particular toy.
You really don't. It's like we're really digging deep to
It's
find
a hidden gem.
yeah, hidden gem exactly. And even the instruction manual, a blast from the past.
Oh, really?
So instead of using like the paper booklet,
Right.
Sawyer's using a digital version that he downloaded onto an iPad.
Actually, it's not an iPad. I used a Braille Note Touch Plus. So yeah, I did not use an iPad. That part was not true.
And he's got it displayed on screen in the video the whole time.
Well, that's a big change.
No.
You know, even for 2007,
Yeah,
that's pretty early on to be thinking digital already.
Mhm.
that's true. Like we were really on the cusp of, you know,
The cusp,
the
yeah.
digital boom. Like even though it's a physical toy,
Yay.
it's kind of straddling that line
Right.
between the tangible and the digital.
Yeah. It's like a snapshot of a time when we were like moving from one to the other.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of blasts from the past,
Yeah.
Sawyer mentions in the video that he has trouble finding the reset button.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, the reset button on it is not very easy to find. So that part is true. Okay, that part is correct.
Brian.
Interesting.
I know, and it makes you think about like,
Well, how things have changed.
yeah,
I mean, we expect everything to be just so user friendly.
intuitive.
Right.
Like back then, even a reset button
Yeah.
could be a challenge.
That's so true.
All right, so let's get into what Brian can do.
Yes,
Mhm.
let's.
This little brain is packed with features.
Okay. I'm excited.
All right, so first off,
Yeah.
he has voice recognition.
Really?
Yeah, he responds to his name
Wow.
and specific commands.
So in 2007, a toy had voice recognition.
It did. It's
remarkable.
I know.
I'm sure Brian the Brain wasn't the only product that had voice recognition at the time. I'm sure there were some other. Actually, yeah, there was a For Real Friends model there were some For Real Friends models that had voice recognition. So yeah.
Makes you wonder how accurate it is.
Right. It probably wasn't that sophisticated back then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
We'll have to see.
definitely.
But all right, moving on. Brian can also play music
Okay.
from a connected device. And get this, he even puts on a little light show
Ooh.
while he's doing it.
Fancy.
I know, right?
Very cool. They were ahead of the times.
Yeah.
Like before we had all these music visualization things.
It's true.
Yeah, they had it.
Trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Now get this.
Okay.
He has a trivia feature.
What?
Yeah, he quizzes you in different
Whoa.
categories.
How fun.
And he even has trivia about himself.
Oh, that's meta.
I know, right? Also, he tells jokes.
Does he?
He does. But I have a feeling they're probably
Dad jokes.
dad jokes, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. What the heck happened to the voice right there? What the heck happened to the voice? That was weird. Wait.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love a good dad joke?
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like they really wanted to give him a personality.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's not just functional.
Yeah.
He's also engaging.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what makes a toy successful.
Mm-hmm. He also defines words
Okay.
and gives information from, like, his internal encyclopedia.
So it's like a walk and talking encyclopedia.
I know, right? Very cool. Like a primitive version of Siri or Alexa.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And
Newsflash, Siri wasn't even around until 2011, so Siri wasn't even around until 2011, so yeah, thank you very much.
I mean, that was new back then to have access to all that on demand.
Totally. Oh, and then he also has a room guard mode.
Okay.
Essentially, he's like a mini security system.
What?
I know, right?
So it's like a brain protecting your room.
That's it. That's it. Now, Sawyer does mention in the video that Brian sometimes struggles with the voice recognition.
Okay.
You have to, like, speak very clearly to it.
Right, because that technology was still new then.
It was. Yeah, it was very early.
Yeah. Imagine trying to have a conversation with somebody who only understood you half the time.
I know, right? It's crazy how far we've come.
For sure.
So let's take a listen to what this marvel of technology sounds like.
Okay. Let's hear it.
You know, it's easy to look at a toy like Brian and think, oh, that's just a novelty. But
I think we might need to insert a clip here from my video about that, because they said something, oh yeah, let's hear what it sounds like. I think it would be good if we add a clip to it. So yeah.
what's interesting is how it reflects like the technological dreams of that time.
Mm-hmm.
They really tried to pack so much functionality
Yeah.
into this like little plastic.
What the heck happened to the female voice there? Okay, that was weird. Okay.
Brain.
They did.
Like they were really pushing the boundaries of what a toy could be.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. This was before, like, smartphones and tablets were everywhere.
Yeah.
So the idea of having access to all this information,
On the go.
yeah, on the go, was still relatively
That's
new.
good.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you think like, what did people back then envision for the future of toys?
Right.
Did they think that
Right.
this kind of merging of technology and play would just become like the norm?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And, you know, Sawyer mentions how Brian was marketed as, like, an educational toy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like, he keeps saying how smart Brian is and how he can, like, teach you things.
Yeah, that makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Like parents were always looking for toys
That can do both.
that can entertain and educate.
Right. Exactly.
But it makes me wonder, did Brian actually succeed in that?
Right.
Like, was it truly educational or was it more about just the
The novelty.
the novelty of it?
Right. And thinking about that,
Yeah.
how do you think, like, Brian would be perceived today?
Oh, that's a good question. Would kids even, I mean, would they even look at it?
Yeah. Would they see it as, like, a primitive ancestor to
Yeah.
all the AI toys that they have now?
Right, right.
Or would they think it's totally lame?
Yeah, clunky and basic. Yeah, yeah, compared to, you know, the apps and the devices and things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a good question.
It's hard to say for sure.
It is, yeah.
But one thing I noticed is that the video doesn't really say how much Brian cost
Oh, that's true.
back in 2007.
Yeah,
Like, was it a really expensive toy?
right.
Or could most families afford it?
Yeah, that would have definitely played a role in its popularity.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if it was super expensive,
Yeah.
it might have been like a niche product,
Right.
maybe for early adopters, you know,
For sure. For sure.
or families that really were into those educational toys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, we've talked a lot about the technology.
Yeah.
But what about, like, the social implications?
Oh, yeah, you brought up data privacy earlier.
I did.
What are your thoughts on that?
What the?
Well, I think any device that collects personal information,
Right.
especially from children, raises some concerns.
Mhm.
Even back in 2007,
Yeah.
there must have been questions about, like, how Brian stored that data,
Yeah.
who had access to it.
Especially now
Yeah.
with data breaches and all that,
For sure.
it's definitely something to think about.
It is. It is. Although it's interesting because Sawyer doesn't really seem that bothered by it.
Right.
In the video, he actually seems to really like the social aspects of the toy,
He does.
like adding friends and having them interact with Brian.
Right. Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, have our attitudes towards privacy changed?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, maybe back then it was just so novel that
Yeah.
people didn't really think about the risks, or
Mhm.
maybe they just weren't as aware.
Yeah, true. And it's not even just data privacy, right? It's like, how does a toy like Brian affect like social interaction in general?
Mhm.
Like, does it encourage kids to spend more time with technology
Yeah.
than with each other?
Right.
Or could it actually be a way to help them connect?
It definitely reminds me of like
Yes. More extreme clips.
of NPR.
Top 1. Open. Welcome. Learn more. Add emotes. Button.
Okay.
That's a good
In a
question.
different way.
It is. It's kind of like technology in general. It can be both.
Yeah.
It can bring people together, but it can also isolate them.
Totally. Yeah.
I think it's all about balance, right?
Yeah.
Even with a toy like Brian,
Right.
it's like parents and caregivers have to be mindful
Yeah, for
about how their kids are using technology.
For sure. Okay, before we get too deep into all that,
Yeah.
let's go back to that trivia question.
Okay.
Do you remember the college football team
Oh, yeah.
with all those wins?
When one that Notre Dame beat,
Yes.
I do remember.
Okay, I'm dying to know.
Okay, tell me.
All right, drum roll, please.
Okay.
It was the University of Oklahoma.
Wow.
I know.
What a streak.
They had a record 47 consecutive victories
47.
until they lost to Notre Dame in 1957.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's just crazy how
Wow.
like a piece of trivia inside a toy
Okay.
Yeah.
from 2007
Yeah.
can tell us about sports history.
I know. It really is like a little
Time capsule.
time capsule.
Yeah.
It's amazing the things you learn.
Yeah.
Totally.
Speaking of time capsules,
Okay.
Brian actually also has calendar
Really?
and reminder functions.
Oh, wow.
Like, can you imagine?
It's like having a little brain
I know.
reminding you to go to the dentist.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like a really early version
I don't know.
of
Yeah.
all those digital calendars and
Yeah.
reminders that we use today.
Exactly. Yeah. So even back then, people were trying to like
Stay
organized. Yeah. Manage their time.
Totally.
And it makes you think like, with all the advances we've made since then,
Yeah,
are we actually more organized now?
that's a good question.
Or are we just juggling more? You know, like
Or tasks.
tasks and notifications
Yeah, more things to do.
and all that.
That's so true.
It's a good question. It makes you think.
It really does. It's like,
Yeah.
even something like a simple toy
Mhm.
can make you think about your relationship with technology and
Yeah.
time,
Totally.
and even yourself.
Totally. Yeah. Those are the best kinds of deep dives.
They are.
The ones that make you think, you know.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground today
We have
with Brian the Brain.
Brian the Brain, yeah.
From voice recognition to social features to college football trivia,
That's right.
this toy has given us a lot to think about.
He has. He has. I think what strikes me the most is how this one toy
Yeah.
captures both the excitement
Great.
and the limitations of
Yeah.
technology at such an important time.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds us that progress is a journey.
Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight.
No,
It takes time.
it does. And, even what we might call, like, outdated technology
Right.
can still give us really valuable insights into the present and even the future.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
It really makes you appreciate how far we've come
it
in
does.
such a short amount of time.
Yeah,
I mean, think about all the devices we use every day,
I know.
like smartphones,
Yeah.
smartwatches, voice assistants
I know, right?
that actually understand us most of the time.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy.
It is. But, there's something kind of endearing about Brian. Like,
Yeah.
his simplicity
Mhm.
and his clunky attempts at, like, conversation.
Yeah.
He represents a time when technology was still, like, finding its voice,
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he represents that time when things weren't, all sleek and perfect.
Yeah, totally.
But like you said, that kind of sets the stage for everything that comes after.
Yeah, it's that spirit of, like, experimentation and pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
That's what drives innovation even today.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about how we view what we call like outdated technology,
Yeah, for sure.
Brian might seem like a relic now,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a good reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination, right?
Exactly. And he also makes us look beyond just the surface, like even with things that seem really ordinary, like there's always the possibility for something new.
Yeah.
And there's always a chance for connection in places you might not expect.
Totally, yeah. Like, who knows, maybe there's a forgotten toy in your attic that's going to inspire the next big thing.
Exactly.
All right, so as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Brian the Brain,
Okay.
we want to leave you with this question.
Okay, hit me.
What would it take for a toy like Brian to succeed today?
Ooh, good question.
Right. Like, how would you have to change it
Mm-hmm.
to fit in with all the tech we have now?
Right, but still keep that, like, unique Brian charm.
Right, exactly. Like, could you even make a modern Brian that kids would actually love?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is. It's something to think about.
It is.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, let us know.
But for now, it's time for us to power down, just like Brian.
Okay.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Messages.
and never stop learning.
Now,
Oh.
maybe. Marley. That's the porters. Can someone move me? I'm trying to turn on my phone, but I don't want to leave on my computer as I'll be back. Carlot Autocat got more expand.
Wow.
Live clip set code top one. Oh, learn body modes button.
Okay, that was actually kind of cool. So let's, hold on. Alright, so the next one I'm going to show.
Speech mode beeps. Speech mode talk. Untitled notebook. 42. Check 54. 1. Untitled notebook. 41. Check 55. X.
Whoops. Come on now.
Speech mode on. Speech mode off.
Welcome to our deep dive, and today it's all about the 2023 Furby. We're looking at a YouTube review from Sawyer Bourne. He's known for his fun and casual approach when he does his tech
Speech mode.
reviews.
Speech mode. Skip 4. Pause
he's
button. Space. Play. Speech mode off.
Yes, I am. Okay, so this is my video. Okay.
Very excited to unpack this 90s icon.
Yeah, his enthusiasm is definitely contagious.
So in this deep dive, we'll try to go through and figure out exactly what makes this Furby tick. We're going to be going over Sawyer's review. He covers unboxing all the way to exploring its features. So what do you say we jump right in?
Let's do it.
Okay. So right away in the unboxing, we see that this 4E still needs AA batteries.
That's interesting. It could be a strategic move by the company to evoke nostalgia in older customers, but it also might indicate some limitations in terms of how interactive it can be compared to some of the other more modern toys on the market.
Yeah, that's a good point. He also points out that the eyes and feet move.
Huh. I wonder if that's a deliberate callback to the original Furby's kind of limited movements.
Fun fact, guys, the 90s Furby did not have a feet movement. The eyes did move, but the feet was actually a callback to the 2005 Furby.
Part of the charm of the original was definitely in its simplicity.
Right. He also mentions that the eyelashes on this new version are similar to the 1998 Furby. So it seems like the company is definitely trying to blend classic elements with modern updates. Sawyer then compares this Furby to the Furby Connect model. Now, the Furby Connect was released back in 2016.
Okay, this was kind of funny because I was listening to one of these, and they said that the Furby Connect came out in 2012, and I was like, okay. Wrong. Newsflash, it came out in 2016, not 2012.
Can you tell us a little bit about the technology behind those earlier models?
Yeah, so the Furby Connect was a pretty significant leap forward in terms of the technology that they used. It incorporated Bluetooth connectivity, which allowed it to connect to a mobile app.
Yep.
This really expanded its vocabulary and gameplay options. So seeing that this 2023 version doesn't immediately highlight those features is kind of intriguing.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think about the choices that they made when designing this new version. Now, Sawyer then goes on to demonstrate 5 main voice commands. Tell my fortune.
Yes.
Copycat.
Yes.
Dance party.
Yes.
Is chill.
Is chill? You mean luck chill?
And give me a fun fact.
Fun. Oh yeah, fun. Okay.
Those are really interesting. It seems like those commands are specifically geared towards encouraging interaction and personality expression.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they've prioritized engaging the user directly.
Right. For example, with Dance Party, the Furby actually plays music and it dances. And then with Let's Chill, it plays soothing nature sounds.
It's like they've created these different modes to suit different moods that the user might be in, which, really adds a layer of complexity to the interaction. It's not just about giving it commands, it's about setting a tone and fostering a specific type of play experience.
And get this, one of the songs that it plays is a Pizza Hut jingle.
No. That's wrong. Okay, that part was wrong. It is not the Pizza Hut jingle. It is. It's called Pizza Rap, not Pizza Hut jingle. You know what? Hold on. Let me get out my 23 Furby so I can show you what I'm talking about. Actually, I have it over here. Hold on. Where did I put it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here. It's not the Pizza Hut jingle. It's, hold on a second. Let me go there. Wait. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Oops. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Okay, I don't understand why it doesn't hear me. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Yeah. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Hold on. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Yeah, it's not the Pizza Hut jingle though. It's, hold on. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance party. Hey, Furby. Tell my fortune. Tell my fortune. Okay. Hey, Furby. Dance party. Dance. Hey, Furby. Dance. Dance party. There we go. Finally. Actually, here we go. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Huge drop. Let's do it. That's what I'm talking about here. Right. Yeah, I turned it off for a little bit, but I'm keeping it on just in case I have to do something here.
What? Really? That's an interesting choice. Maybe it's a playful nod to pop culture, or maybe it's even like a marketing tie-in. But it definitely adds like an unexpected element to the Furby's repertoire.
Yeah, for sure. It also raises questions about who the target audience for this Furby really is. I mean, would kids today even recognize that jingle?
Yeah, that's a good point. It could be that they're trying to appeal to both older generations with nostalgia and the current interests of younger users by using modern technology.
That's interesting. So while he's testing out all the different voice commands, Sawyer gets curious about how many voice commands there really are. So he uses Alexa to try to find out. And the information that he finds suggests that there might be more than these 5 basic commands.
Wow, that's actually pretty clever. That also kind of hints at the possibility of them including hidden features or Easter eggs, which is a common tactic in game design to encourage people to explore and make the toy more replayable.
Exactly. Now, moving on to some of the design specifics of the Furby. Sawyer notes that the beak doesn't move, which he's a little disappointed by.
Huh. I wonder if that was because of like a technical limitation or if it was like a conscious design choice that they made. You know, maybe they wanted to simplify the mechanics, or maybe they wanted to prioritize some of the other features like the moving eyes and feet.
Yeah, those features definitely stand out, especially the light-up ears. Sawyer points out that he really enjoys those light-up ears. He demonstrates a light show command, which cycles the Furby's face through different colors.
So it seems like they've focused on enhancing the Furby's expressiveness through light and movement, even without the moving beak. Maybe that's how they chose to emphasize its personality this time.
And speaking of personality, beyond those 5 initial commands, Sawyer stumbles upon some additional ones, including I love you and selfie.
Oh, wow. This discovery of additional commands is really intriguing. It suggests that there's a lot.
Yeah, there is actually some phrases here. Like if I say, hold on. Hey Furby, I love you. 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 Oh hey, hey there.
Kevin Roberts. Hey all button.
Hey Kevin.
Emotes button. Chat mess.
Kevin, it's good to hear you. I am actually showing some Notebook LM stuff that I've created.
More to this Furby than meets the eye, which, you know, aligns with that earlier hint about there being hidden features.
Right. And he has such a hilarious time trying to get the Furby to respond correctly to the selfie command. It's like the Furby has a mind of its own.
Yeah, that unpredictable element is a clever way to create engagement and keep the user guessing. It's as if the Furby is saying, I'm not just a programmable machine, I have my own quirks.
Absolutely. It really makes you wonder what other surprises it might have up its sleeve. But we should probably pause here for now and come back refreshed for the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back.
So where were we? Oh, yeah. Sawyer just discovered those extra commands, I love you and selfie.
And he had that really funny moment when he was trying to get it to do the selfie command. It seems like they've programmed in...
Oh, and Kevin, this is when I was showing, when I did a video of my Furby, I don't know if you've seen that video, but I did talk about it, and I'll point these out.
Top at 3.
Oh,
Open,
3 people.
welcome, learn,
All right.
Kevin Robert. By the way, for some reason, when your desktop audio is coming through, it's coming through twice. There's an echo coming through. Button.
What the? What? Wait a minute. It is some. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have to set my. Oh God. Okay. I'll fix the latency in my next stream, and you let me know how it goes.
Kevin Rock Bloody Mo. Button.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll check that out when I do my live stream with one of my friends. Today, and then you can join that. But yeah, let's continue.
Randomness or like playfulness to the Furby.
Right. It's not just a straightforward response machine,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool. So he also finds out that you can feed the Furby. What do you think about that feature?
Well, it's a classic element of those virtual pet care toys, going back to Tamagotchis and even earlier digital
YouTube.
companions.
Now.
It really
Exotic
encourages nurturing behavior and a
2006
sense of
Camden
responsibility in the user.
So it's not just about fun
You
and
know-
games. There's like a layer.
Tamagotchis I've heard of. I never had one of those.
Kevin, learn,
I
welcome.
don't.
Open read 1. Open, welcome,
Okay.
learn, Kevin Robert. Kevin Bloody Mode. Chat message.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of emotional engagement there too.
Exactly. It creates a deeper connection between the person and the Furby, transforming it from just a toy into something more like a companion.
Right. And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about
Yeah.
why the Furby is so appealing. It's not just a fad. It really seems to tap into our desire for connection and interaction.
Speaking of that, remember how Sawyer mentioned that there's like 10 songs total?
Yeah.
That really made me curious.
Me too. It definitely suggests that there's more to this Furby than what we see at first glance.
I wonder if those additional songs are unlocked through specific interactions or if they're just random. It's like a mystery waiting to be solved.
Yeah, it's like a little treasure hunt within the Furby itself. I think that really elevates the play experience.
For sure. It encourages active engagement and experimentation instead of just passive consumption.
Now, going back to the design, Sawyer mentioned how much he enjoyed those light up ears. I thought that was a nice touch too.
Yeah. The light and movement together really enhance the expressiveness of the Furby, giving it a more lifelike quality.
Yeah, it adds a visual element to complement the sounds and the responses.
This might be my last
creating, like,
one, but I'll
a
show it
much
some more
richer
tonight.
sensory
So yeah.
experience.
Exactly. They've
Chat
managed to
with
create a
Bloody
very
Mo.
compelling
Robert.
interactive
Learn
experience
well, open
with some
read 1.
relatively simple technology.
And I have to bring up the Pizza Hut song again. What do you think about them choosing to include that? It's so specific and random.
It is pretty quirky. Maybe it's a
Again,
way
it's
to
called
break the
Pizza
fourth
Hut,
wall,
not Pizza Hut.
to remind the user that it's a toy, like a little wink from the creators.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a way to tap into the nostalgia of older users who might remember that jingle from when they were kids.
That's a good point. It could be a way to connect different generations through these shared cultural references.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Mm.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's shift gears a bit and talk about some of the broader implications of this new 2023 Furby.
Okay.
What do you think it says about our fascination with interactive toys?
Well, I think it speaks to how we play and how it has evolved over time.
What do you mean by that?
So the original Furby was groundbreaking for its time, but since then technology has obviously advanced so much. This new version has to compete in a market where there's apps and video games and all these really sophisticated digital experiences
So how does it do that?
by focusing on the core elements that have always made toys appealing: personality, interaction, and surprise.
You're right. Even with all the advancements in
What
technology,
the?
those fundamental elements of play are still just as important today.
Yeah, we naturally gravitate towards things that spark our curiosity and make us laugh and make us want to connect with them on an emotional level. And it seems like the 2023 Furby does all of those things pretty well.
Yeah, it really is amazing how, like, a simple toy can tap into some pretty deep parts of human nature. I think that's part of what makes the Furby so interesting, right?
Oh, for sure. It reminds us that even in our super technologically advanced world, there's still a place for wonder and imagination and just good old-fashioned fun.
So I'm curious, what do you think makes this 2023 version stand out from all the previous ones?
Or I think it does a really good job of balancing that nostalgia with innovation. It keeps a lot of those core elements that made the original so popular, like the fuzziness, the eyes, the personality, but it also incorporates all this modern design and features that keep it relevant for today.
That makes sense. So it's not just trying to rehash what they did in the past. It's more like a thoughtful update.
Exactly. And I think the choice to add those hidden features and Easter eggs is brilliant. It makes it so much more engaging, and it adds a lot of depth and mystery that encourages people to keep coming back to it. Remember how surprised Sawyer was when he found those extra commands?
Oh, yeah. He was so excited. It was like he was uncovering a secret.
Exactly. And that feeling of discovery is really powerful.
For sure.
It makes you want to see what else you can find. It taps into our natural curiosity.
I wonder if it'll lead to people making online communities and stuff to share tips and tricks about this Furby.
Yeah, I bet there will be, like a whole network of people trying to unlock all of its secrets.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how these simple toys can bring people together.
And it shows how technology can facilitate those connections.
News
So for
break.
our listeners out there who are interested in this 2023 Furby, what would you say is the most important thing we learned today?
I'd say don't underestimate the power of play. This new Furby shows that even in our world where everything is digital, there's still a place for toys that can spark our imaginations and make us laugh.
I completely agree. It's been a really fun journey exploring the world of the 2023 Furby with you. And thanks again to Sawyer Bourne for his awesome YouTube review.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. But to all our listeners out there, we hope this deep dive has helped you rediscover the joy of play. And maybe even inspired you to check out the 2023 Furby yourself. Until next time, stay curious.
Alright, so I think that's gonna be it for right now.
Speech mode talk.
There's more, but I'll do a part
Downloads.
2
File
tonight.
Explorer. Items view list. A
'Cause I
long
wanna
time
take
ago.
a break
Grouping
a little
expanded.
bit
Untitled
for-
notebook. 41. Check untitled notebook.
When
40.
I
Check
do this,
untitled notebook.
when I do a stream of one of my other friends.
Ops
So,
31. Ops
yeah.
start record. Stop streaming.
thank you all for watching. Let me just check the chat one more time just to make
Podcast,
sure.
cut, more, live clip, set it, close, top mess, 1. Learn, Kevin, body mode, chat
All right.
message.
Let's put it